Well, this 47th version of the world's oldest continental football competition has always been problematic and it's always been controversial. The original decision to have the competition co-hosted between Colombia and Argentina was an ungainly political compromise, two countries at opposite ends of a very, very big continent. Colombia had to pull out 2 weeks ago because of social unrest. And now Argentina, as it goes into a rigorous winter, COVID at its worst moment, there's been a growing tide of protest in Argentina, a growing tide of public opinion that this wasn't the right time for the Copa. CONMEBOL, that's the South American Football Confederation, are desperate to have this competition played one way or another. They need the income. Brazil was the only country capable of such short notice staging the entire competition. So it goes to Brazil, with obviously the sting in the tail being that the situation of coronavirus in Brazil is no better than it is in Argentina.
And Tim, what do you think the political ramifications of this are likely to be for Brazil's president, Jair Bolsonaro?
Well, CONMEBOL have personally thanked Bolsonaro for making Brazil available for this. And this could be interesting. At the weekend, now with more than 20% of the Brazilian population having received the first dose of vaccination, at the weekend we saw the first mass appearance of a protest movement against President Bolsonaro in 16 Brazilian cities, large demonstrations. Now, staging this tournament in such controversial terms, it could potentially be a rallying point for opposition to President Bolsonaro. I'm sure you'll remember the protests around the Confederations Cup a year before the World Cup that Brazil staged. That was back 8 years ago. And protesters saw then that having your protests around big football matches, international football matches, is a very effective way to make your point. So we will see over the course of the next month if President Bolsonaro has to pay a political price for making Brazil available to stage this Copa America at such short notice.
All right, well,